Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Hey, man, let's go. Let's go to the show, man. Come on.
Where you going, man?
We're going to do a comedy.
Wow, you clean up nice, my friend.
Come on in, you guys. Let's go see some comedy.
This is a very beautiful place, a very beautiful venue. Very I feel like for a happening here. This means a lot to me. We're expecting 40 to get down. You guys are going to see some of the funniest comedians out here. I know because I've worked with them. I've seen them.
I'm Carlos. Your name's Carlos? And you don't speak Spanish? Aren't you Mexican? What? No, I'm New Mexican. Welcome. Bitch, it's a state.
Our announcer for this evening is my dear friend, Mindy Milus. All right, so our first comedian tonight is...
My name is Goodwin. If you can't tell by my accent, I smoke and drink a lot. I'm originally from Mississippi, which is why I'm out there right now. My family is very religious. I was raised very religious. My grandmother, she was the leader of our cult. She's the first person to let me know that God watched everything I did, especially my sins. So from the time I was 11 till I was about 16, I truly thought that God was watching me masturbate. And that'll fuck you up a little bit psychologically. Like, to this day, I can't masturbate unless I think someone's watching. But, yeah, I was raised very strict. Wasn't allowed to wander out into uncivilized society. When my first other kids wanted to be firefighters and police officers, the first thing I ever wanted to be when I grew up was John Shaft. And waited until the 7th grade. We had 70s Day for Pep Week or all that shit that I normally didn't do, but our church was going to do it, so I had to do it, so I dressed as Shaft. And the thing about curly-headed white kids who dress as Shaft, they look a lot closer to the kids that shot up Columbine. Did not win dress-up. But I occasionally smoke pot every day. I discovered pot when I was about 12 years old. And in a mere matter of weeks, I had replaced whole chapters of the Bible with Outcast lyrics. My mom caught me with pot for the first time when I was 16. It wasn't entirely my fault. I'd forgotten it was out because I was on LSD. She sat me down on my Del Earnhardt bed sheets and she looked me in my eyes and she said, "Pa, you think drugs are cool? Think they make you look cool? Think they're cooler than your family? Think they're cooler than me?" Which is just like so many questions to throw on someone on LSD at one time. Drugs are easily cooler than my mother, though. I think I could say with some confidence. First of all, no one's ever called me at 4 in the morning to remind me to bring my mother to a party that night. Certainly never broke out in applause when I walked in carrying bags of her. Nate Dogg doesn't just pop up at the end of the next episode to say, call your mom every day. That'd be stupid. Nobody would do it. It's good to be in a state where pot is legal, though. Growing up in Mississippi was rough. Hopefully kids today won't have to know what it's like to make a 45-mile round trip to pay $50 or $35 worth of weed. Some guy you've been getting it from for 4 years still calls you Scott and he knows your name is Paul. But yeah, that's me. My name is Paul Goodwin. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good job. All right, our second comedian is April Gallaty.
Hey everybody, my name is April Gallaty. I am originally from Georgia. That's where I get this lovely little accent I can't get rid of. I know I sound like Paula Dean. This accent is thick with butter and a sick racism. I got when I was born, I'm the last of 6 children. When I was born, my siblings were 18, 16, 14, 12, dead, and then me. Don't worry, she's never called and complained about that joke once. My mom only had 6 of us because she didn't love Jesus enough, apparently. Because of my sense of humor, my mom and I used to fight a lot. It was one of those things where she told me one day, she goes, you know what, one of these days I'm going to die, and when I do, I'm going to come back and I'm going to haunt you. And it's true, she died. I look like her, guys. I have her face. I keep it in the cabinet in the living room. It freaks my brothers and sisters out a lot. No, well, I have dad's eyes too, but I keep those in the fridge. They're like special. Being from the South, I use my sirs and ma'ams a lot. And so coming to the Pacific Northwest, it turns out that is not welcome, especially in Portland, where I am. And in the South, we're taught we use our sirs and ma'ams all the time, no matter what you say. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. Fuck you, sir. Whatever it takes. Get it out. And so I took my first job at corporate office and almost immediately got called to HR because a woman said I was being ageist. I couldn't call her ma'am. She goes, you're being ageist. I'm like, oh, honey. I'm not being ageist. I'm calling you ma'am because I can't call you a cunt at work. I got fired for trying to be nice at work. That's not fair. Moving here to Oregon, I noticed, when you get here, you look for doctors, you look for hairdressers, those sorts of things. And I got a toothache, I needed a dentist, and I found myself at the dentist's office, and he's like, I'm laying there on the table, and he's like digging around in my mouth, and he's like, wow, you got a tiny little mouth. And I'm like, I know, please keep that a secret. My husband thinks it is a gigantic dog. I guess I'm going to leave on that one. I just know something's like right there at the end. So my name's April. Thank you.
All right, April's score was 26. The next comedian is going to be Brett Baker.
Some of you might have the impression I have a slight disability. I actually come from a parallel universe where faces are designed by Salvador Dali. Now, there are people who say that my neck is fused so they didn't get enough oxygen, blood bones were forming a wound. Those people are a bunch of doctors. One night, I prayed to understand my condition, and believe it or not, I heard a voice calling from above my bed. Brett! Brett! I am an angel, and God has a special purpose for you. Special purpose? My neck is fused for a reason? Sorry, wrong Brett. It's okay. Anytime I get really bored, I can hang out in front of a holistic health center and yell, "Stay away from the chiropractor!" Sometimes they pay me to leave. Sometimes they pay me to stand in front of the competition. This one lady said without my beard, I would have resting Lyle Lovett face. I said, if that's what you think of my face, please get off it. How many of us remember the 90s? Some of us? Remember when they announced that they had found a male with long blonde hair dead in Kurt Cobain's house, but they wouldn't say who it was? We all prayed, please, God, let it be John Bon Jovi. A while ago, I was thrown to the ground by these pricks who wanted my backpack. As muggings go, it was below average. As soon as they saw I could run, they're like, man, I don't want to get a stitch in my side. They didn't even chase me. And that's the problem with millennials. They're quitters. You start a mugging, you finish it. Oh, that makes me sound like an old man. I did just get my first pair of hearing aids. The worst thing about getting your first pair of hearing aids is discovering that your silent but deadly farts were always just deadly. Hey, you know who really has a killer butt? Scorpions. Just one thing I want to know. If you cut John ham into thin slices, do you get a pile of Kevin bacon? No one's never asked, is that right?
And the score was 20. Good job.
How's Womack? Great, thank you. I recently moved to a nice neighborhood. The only problem is they thought I was the mover. I can't even fucking work on my house without somebody trying to hire me. The last time I was mowing my lawn, the neighbor, hey, what? How much do you mind? What? No, I don't need the work. Maybe my son. Oh, it's a family business. But he did this all in front of his gardener. So the gardener came across the street and he's like, hey man, can you believe he tried to give you my job? I said, I know, what a dick. But let me ask you, how did you get a job inside and outside of that house? One thing is where I live, it was my old neighborhood, but it just got too expensive. But now, I moved back, and the police patrol 4 of the people. Yeah, I get escorted in and out of my own neighborhood. And you don't realize it happening at first, but it starts with a Starbucks, then a Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and the neighborhood's gone. But last time I was at Whole Foods, this woke white woman walked up to me and said, "Hey, a pollo." What? What about the chicken? No. Te apoyo, it means I support you. Well, bitch, grab a cart. You can help me out at the register. Spanish? Aren't you Mexican? What? No, I'm New Mexican. Welcome. Bitch, it's a state. Well, when did your family come to this country? Shit, this country came to them. The border moved. Thank you, that was my time. I'm Carlos Womack. Good job, Carlos. 24. Alright, our next one is Homeyer.
How's it going, everybody? Good to be back in Bremerton. This set's going to be a little bit screwed up because I've got really bad ADHD. I was originally diagnosed with ADD, but I have since upgraded to ADHD because it's 2018 already, right? But it pissed me off because my doctor diagnosed me when I was a kid with a mild case of ADD, and that's never sat right with me because mild is a word I use to describe salsa. I've never been to Taco Bell and had to choose between fiery sauce, extra fiery sauce, and it learns at its own pace sauce. At the same time, you don't want to go on the other way around. You know, you wouldn't go up to someone with depression and say, have you just tried being more zesty? Well, Mrs. Johnson, it's about little Timmy. I'm afraid he's broken his leg pretty bad. Oh, it's not just serious. It's muy picante! Yeah. I'm trying to lose weight, not for health reasons, but it has recently come to my attention that I look like I'm really good at bowling. You can't come back from that. I look like this because I love poutine, and if you don't know what poutine is, you can probably do push-ups, I guess. Poutine is melted cheese and gravy on French fries. It is the reason we let Canada be a country. They invented it. And I was distressed because my poutine place recently closed down, and I got incredibly dramatic. It hurt me to the core. I got like Les Miserables dramatic. I dream of melted cheese on fries, with 2 fried eggs and homemade gravy. Sorry, that's what gets me every time. If you want to hear a longer version of that story, I'm coming out with a rap album later this month. I'm part of a fat guy rap trio called the Morbidly Obesity Boys. What? Did you just call me fat? Was that your heckle? Fat Rob! Fat Rob? Alright. I'm going to end with some stupid jokes in stark contrast to what you just heard. This is the second stupidest joke I've ever written. I love this joke so much, when I wrote it, I've farted 3 times that day. Why is it, when I blow my nose, people say, bless you? Who are you praying to, Jesus Christ? Alright, looks like that's my time. Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Good job.
And our next comedian is Bradford.
All right. Well, one thing I've noticed about all the comics up here tonight is they'll come up here on a perfectly good stage like this one in front of a perfectly good crowd like you guys, but then they'll do nothing but a dick joke after a dick joke after a dick joke and then one more dick joke. See, here's the deal. I can do a pretty good dick joke. It's just at my age, it takes a lot longer. I was doing a show here a couple, 3 weeks ago. Some heckler, like way in the back, yells out, "Hey, don't quit your day job." Only thing I could think of was, "Dude, the joke's on you. I don't have a day job." And I should have known it was going to be a rough show. So on my way coming into the place, I was accosted by a panhandler. And not no regular panhandler, a real ruffian guy. He comes pushing his way up to me and he shoves a little card right in my face. Card says, "I'm deaf. Please contribute." Fortunately, I have my own little card. I can't read. Please contribute. He flipped his card over. "Screw you." I flipped my card over. "Yeah, I still can't read." So anyway, did I tell you I'm from the big city? Graham. Do y'all know where Graham is in Pierce County? Just a little bit south of Bumfuck. I don't know if you know this about Graham or not. Graham is the only community in our state that the population doesn't grow. And evidently the reason being, it's like every time the girl gets pregnant, some guy leaves town. The really sad part about that whole scenario is that I'm still in Graham. Yeah, thanks for laughing at that. Graham is growing though, it's getting bigger and bigger all the time. I love hanging out in Graham. Actually, my black comic friends call me Graham Cracker. I'm pretty sure it's a term of endearment. Graham is going. We have a brand new clinical research center in Graham right now. Brand new one. Just opened up. According to their most current reader board, right now they're looking for healthy women, ages 65 to 75. And I was reading that sign the other day and thought to myself, wow, what a coincidence. Me too. People tell me I should, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna hurry up and go to the last joke. I always like to close out my sets with a public service announcement. Tonight's announcement is about safe sex and how very, very important it is. And that's why I always carry one of these with me. And as you can see, I have two, because I'm an optimist. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, Bill, are those big, giant condoms? No. These are called the lambskin condoms. Read the package. It says lambskin condoms feels perfectly natural. I'm thinking, sure, if you're from Montana. I've been Bill. You guys have been great. Thanks for coming out tonight.
22. Good job. Alright, the next comedian is Kikuyu. Please help me.
Kikuyu, Calhoun. That's me. Thank you. Hey, so there's been a lot of talk about toxic masculinity lately. Me and my kids been talking about it because they say I have some of these traits. But I have to tell them, like, look, I didn't grow up like y'all. Like, my parents didn't walk me around on those little kid toddler leash things that you see people walking on, I didn't play games like Halo simulating violence. Me and my crew was out there doing real gangster shit. Like playing King of the Hill. Y'all remember that game, King of the Hill? That's when you stand on top of the hill. Other kids are trying to take you out, and you do whatever you gotta do to remain on top of that hill, like kicking kids in their faces. Get close, you give them like a Three Stooges eye poke in their fucking eyes or whatnot, talk shit about the alcoholic father who's looking for work, whatever it takes to remain on top of that hill. But when I'm saying all this stuff, I'm not saying it to like condone the behavior or make excuses, but I just wanted to understand where I came from, And I told him the story about the time I got hit in the head with a baseball bat. You know, and I'm bleeding. I ran home to see my daddy, expecting him to take me to the emergency room. And my daddy, being the kind individual that he was, he looked at me and was like, what the fuck you crying for? So I'm pointing my forehead, right? It's bleeding, I'm swelling. He's like, calm the hell down. This is what I want you to do, because my dad's a country ass dude. He said, I want you to run down to the creek and get me some creek mud and bring it on back with a pine cone. I'm gonna fix you up. And I'm like, creek mud? Like, who is this motherfucker? Harriet Tubman or some shit, you know? Did he graduate from the runaway slave school of medicine or some shit? Creek mud? Like, Daddy, can I get a splash of peroxide from the open flesh wound here, you know? So needless to say, when my mom got home, she saw me laying on the couch looking like I had the number 7 mud mask treatment at the spa, you know? I'm laying there in tears, and she took me to the emergency room. And I don't know if y'all feeling this shit or not, so I'm gonna stop right here. All right, I'm done. Thank you. Good job.
16. Good job. Good job. Alright, next we've got Tracey, Walton.
Little about me that I'm gonna let you guys know right now, that I've noticed real quick. I'm a 26-year-old black man. I say that because for the last 10 years, I've been a token black guy. And I know why, it's because I defy racial stereotypes. 26-year-old black man that's never watched Empire or Power. See? Hold on, there's more, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. I know how to swim. And I'm a country line dance instructor. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is Maisha, it is about time for me. Maisha's been holding my black heart for like the last 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. I just want it back right now. But being a country line dance instructor and a black man has actually saved me before. I was at a bar, not to say the name, but let's just say it rhymes with Get Loud. I got an Uber home after a country night, and a cop had pulled us over, and me and the Uber driver both looked at each other like, what the fuck did you do? But the reason why I say passenger is because when the cop pulled us over, instead of going to the driver's side, he went over to the passenger side where I'm sitting, looked right at me, and he was like, do you know why I pulled you over? No. I was like, no, I'm the fucking passenger. Why'd you pull this motherfucker over? But the cop was like, well, there was an incident tonight and the car matches the make and model in the description that we have. So I was like, all right, cool. But what does the person in this incident look like? And he said, black. And that's all the fuck he said. So he was like, okay, well, where are you coming from? And I was like, I came from, we all know the bar that we're all talking about. So I came over from there and he was like, what were you doing over there tonight? And I was like, well, I was teaching white people how to line dance. And then the cop looked at his incident report and then he looked right back at me and he was like, never mind, you didn't do it, and walked off. Which is the only time I ever thought to myself, did racism actually just save me from the cops? Alright, I gotta get back to work. Speaking of, I gotta get back to work, so I'll leave on this one right here. Has anybody in here ever been in a movie theater and you're crying, so you look around to make sure you're not the only person who's crying? Alright, because I was watching Frozen. But here's what really sucked though. Here's what really sucked. Like half of me was like, you're a grown-ass man. Do not cry at this. And the other half of me was like, let it go. Let it go. And I'm watching the movie and right next to me there's a 10-year-old kid going like this to my arm. So now I'm being consoled by a 10-year-old. movie's still going on, but I couldn't be a dick to the little kid. The little kid didn't have to do that, so I was like, thank you. And the kid just wrapped his arm around my shoulder, and in the nicest way, he said, "You're a pussy." Thank you guys, and Tracey, Walton. Have a good night, y'all.
24 and a half. Next we got Randy Holdrup.
I can't find that thing.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Everybody feeling pretty good tonight? Hell yeah. I'm feeling good. Recently lost 40 pounds. Hell yeah. A little bit more recently, I gained 60 back. That joke used to end with 50, but alas, the tally continues. And I know I need to go back on a diet though. I like my dieting tells, you know? Like my main one is to do the gut suck. It's where I walk into the bathroom, stand in front of the mirror, and suck in my belly. Now I'm not talking about like one of those cutesy gut sucks that you do at like, you know, a family photo or anything like that. No, I'm talking about standing shoulder width apart, aligning your chi, and gathering energy from the motherfucking planet. Almost blacking out. And there has been no change in my physical appearance. Other than now, it looks like I have somebody standing behind me, strangling my belly with piano wire. This son of a bitch has just separated itself into two equally large and gelatinous piles of shit. Kind of like North and South Dakota.
Yeah.
But my belly doesn't produce any oil. The only fleeting, finite resource it has is sex appeal.
Yeah.
And there's definitely no fracking going on. Let's talk about shaking and a lot of that. Right. Another tell I have is how much I'll perspire on my wife during sex. When I'm on the bottom. And I don't know, I got that late night munchie problem, you know? It's like when the clock hits midnight and it's, I will raid the cabinets like I'm a SWAT. I'm talking, all the healthy food hit the deck. You know what the fuck we're here for. Oh, that's all time I got, guys. My name's Raney. You guys have a lot of fun. Have a great night. Travel safe.
17, Josh. Next we've got Joe Mack.
Hey, how y'all doing today? Okay? First, I'd like to thank Miss MyMy and everybody else for doing this performance because we need more of this. We need less. I don't know what's going on with the church fan stuff. I had a lot of questions about this. And then I was like, you know what, it's nice, it might get hot. No, it's not gonna get hot. And then I saw the funeral home on the back and I was like, what? You expected somebody to die? That's wild. So I like conspiracy theories, right? Like chemtrails, right? They throwing aluminum in the air. But I cook with aluminum when I'm baking potatoes. So I feel like I get my daily dose of aluminum there. the government is ran by lizards. That's wild, right? I mean, it makes sense. Donald Trump's hands are kind of little, but like, who cares? But my favorite one, though, is the reason why the tornado happened in Port Orchard. It's because God was trying to bring fresh air to Tacoma. Y'all like that? Y'all like that was especially for y'all, like, and then everybody else. But every area has its problems, though. Like my mom is from Holly Grove, Arkansas, and if you don't know anything about Arkansas, the mosquitoes are huge. And when I was fat, when I was like 15, I would go out there a lot, and like they would have a party. Hey, DJ, play it. The mosquitoes would just be like, oh, Joe coming? It's summertime? Give me that blood. I know you've been eating, fatty. Let me get all of that. Let me get all of that. And I'll be like, hey, cut it. I don't do that often. Don't tell my wife I did that, because I'm not supposed to be doing that after 8 p.m. It's really late. Yo. I also like watching TV too, right? I've been watching like Keeping Up with the Kardashians forcefully because my wife watches that. But she also follows them on Instagram. Why would you do both? That's weird. I was watching this one TV show, right? It had an urban lady and a suburban lady talking. I use Fox News terms so I can be politically correct. Okay? But when the suburban lady was talking, at the bottom, everything was in Times New Roman. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I like to watch TV with the closed captioning on to make sure they get the words right. But when the urban lady was talking, Mindy. I'm so Mack, y'all, that's my time.
Good job. Next we've got Armeena DeWalt. Did I say that right?
Hello, Bremerton. How you guys doing today? Y'all looking good. Y'all looking good. I see y'all got some drinks in you, right? Feeling good? And I want to get a personal shout out to Miss Auntie Catrina for her birthday. I want to let y'all know what I got her for her birthday since she's 52 years old. I got her some pound cake. If anybody knows that's old people cake, that's how you know you got to that level of being, oh yeah, pound cake instead of a birthday cake. For real. I didn't realize how good pound cake was until I was in college. My grandma came up to Virginia and made me some pound cake. And I ended up charging everybody in my dorm $3 a slice. And my grandma called me, she said, baby, how was the pound cake? I said, Grandma, it was good, I only had 2 slices. She said, well, what happened to the rest? I sold it. Really? I had to make money somehow, and your pound cake just made the money. Then Grandma, can you make another one? She was mad. She's like, I can't keep you baking cake. You ain't give me no money. I said, Grandma, you can't be hustling your granddaughter. That's not how it works. Man, I love my grandma, though. I love my grandma. How many of you guys out there got some kids? Y'all got kids? Yeah, I'm sorry. So all y'all going to counseling too, like me? Yeah, I'm going to counseling too. My kids, man. I have a 6-year-old and she's so truthful. Very, very truthful. I'll go to the store, I have my hair done and everything. People are like, oh, your hair is so nice. My 6-year-old be like, that's not her hair, that's a wig. Look, little girl, nobody asked you to peanut gallery. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, people be like, oh, how old are you? You look so young. I'm like, I'm 21. No, she's not. She's lying. She's 30. She's 30. 30. I'm like, and then you gotta sound it out and everything too? God, no. I think that society has frowned upon the fact that we can choke our kids. Because at that moment, we should be able to choke our kids like, stand up, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Just like, my daughter tells on me a lot. To my grandparents, my mom. She'll sit there and she'll tell my grandma, like, yeah, my mommy's not at work. She's at home watching TV. What? But like, come on, man. You just talk to my wife, and he's like a sibling. Having kids like having a sibling, right? You want to use the bathroom, they in the bathroom too. You want to use the bathroom, they bust in until you get out. It's ridiculous, man. I tell my kids, I'm like, it's time for y'all to get your own apartment. I just can't take it no more. I can't. Man. But yeah, so now I'm 30 years old. How many people are 30 and up? Yeah, y'all got the body problems too. I understand. My knees go out on me every day. I understand. But that's my time. My name is Armeena DeWalt. Thank you guys. Good night.
Good job. Next we've got the J.
Give everybody a round of applause. I gotta take this jacket off. We can talk some shit. I'm just shit talking comedian for the night. So how do I look? It's been really rough. I got a new boss now. A new boss, the first thing he did was call me in his office and give me a pink slip. Yeah, he gave me a pink slip. He fired my ass when I wouldn't put it on. Anybody ever go through some blind dates? Anybody ever have a blind date? They don't do blind dates no more? Just Snapchat shit? I had a blind date. My friend introduced me to this fat woman. 6'3", 499 pounds. Told me she and I make a good couple. No. I told her she'll make a couple of good couples by a damn self. Now ladies, I know some of you might think that you're fat. You're not. Fat is when you're lying in bed and can't roll over, period. Fat is when they cross the side wall of your house and hire a crane and tow your big ass out. Fat is when Richard Simmons and Dick Gregory used to come knocking on your door. Hey, we can help you. Oh shit, Rich, we can't do nothing for her big ass. Now that's fat. Ain't nothing wrong with a big woman. Ain't nothing wrong with a big woman. I had one. It was kind of hard for me. See, I'm not a big man. I got a big dick, but I'm not a big man. And with all that fat, it's like hard for the brother to hit the coochie. No. Every time we did it doggy style, she kept saying shit like, no, oh, no, that's not it. Come to find out I was hitting one of those big ass rolls. Thank you guys, that's all my time.
22. Good job. Next we've got Bernice, Jing.
How's everybody doing? I recently became a U.S. citizen. You're welcome. I'm a great addition to your country. It's your absolute pleasure to have me. Before I had confidence of a true American or a mediocre white man, I was made in China. Like everything made in China, I'm a little defective. I don't know how to use chopsticks. Hey, unlike you lucky people who can learn with big American hands and have options like forks, chopsticks is all I got as a baby. The first time I saw a fork was the movie Back to the Future. I pointed at the TV, Mom, I want that! Dark brown television? Eating rice with a fork. That is the future. So there's always me, my white boyfriend, in a Chinese restaurant. The white boy is teaching me how to use chopsticks. A Chinese waitress walked by, gave me the dirtiest look. What the heck? She embarrassment. She must be Korean. When I first came to the US, I lived in Indiana. I know. Indiana is this place Asians only go if you're adopted. Almost every day there's someone knocking on my door trying to get me to go to church. I'm lucky that I'm Chinese. Oh, 你这个很笨的女人。With that said, you stupid American, I don't speak English. But now that I live in Seattle, man, it's a different game. These churches are teaching white people Chinese, so they could call me on my bullshit. Okay, this time patient, wait for them to finish, and wait. And then I say, actually, I'm Korean. Alright, my name is Bernice, thank you, you guys are music.
Good job. Next we got Tsixx Daone.
White horse, make some noise! Make some noise over here, goddammit! As y'all can see, I know y'all wondering what the hell is this slow country motherfucker called? Hey, Coast, Alabama, goddammit. Yes, sir. And I've been living in the Northwest at Portland for about 5-6 years now. You know what? I realized that Portland and Alabama got a lot of things in common. Portland motto is keep Portland weird. Alabama motto is keep it in the family. Hey, that's weird. I'm getting no weird in there, goddamn. You know, I'm just joking. Everybody know I was dating some fucking niggas in the South. Everybody know that. My grandma had like 10 kids, so they been doing that shit. I think Auntie, you said, you know that 9-10 kid family, you know. But yeah, I'm from Alabama, so I am from Alabama, and from old country town, not no big city in Alabama. A white town in Alabama, 90% white, so most of the people in my town look like the cast of Duck Dynasty. I swear to God, just minus the dynasty, double the ducks. I'm trying to tell you, they were that perfect. But yeah, I went to a predominantly all-white school too. When I tell my black friends, like, how was it? I'm like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it was fucking great. I mean, lunch was every day, not just Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? At my other school, they had crayon can opener thing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kool-Aid is good, but milk doesn't find it good. You know what I'm saying? I swear, but the club said that my grandma was pro-black, real black. I mean, you had to be growing up in that area in Alabama, the civil rights movement, so she didn't play. She was like, Wakanda for life. You know? My grandma did not goddamn play. So I'm gonna tell you what, to this day, we cannot go back into IHOP, because my grandma ended up asking, who whipping the butter, goddammit? Who whipping the goddamn butter? She wanted to motherfucking know who whipping the goddamn butter. I swear to God, she did not play. I brought my grandma here to Portland, right? And I see my grandma use the bathroom. You know, when you from Alabama, she was gone one time. I thought she was back there fucking. So she thought me from Alabama. I said, Grandma, what you doing back here? She's like, I'm confused. I can't find the goddamn bathroom. I said, Grandma, you know you can use anyone. It's unisex. She said, what you mean use? I said, man, you know, any sex is going in the bathroom. She said, that's the fucking problem. Back when I was coming up, it was 2 bathrooms. White and color, goddamn it. There was no confusion. Everybody knew where the goddamn bathroom was, no lie. But my grandma was real, so I gotta let y'all know. I'll tell y'all this one more joke. My grandma was so fucking real. My grandma told me, you know your sister is a lesbian. I said, Grandma, she ain't no lesbian. I swear to God, she ain't lesbian. I said, Grandma, she's not a lesbian. I said, how you know? My grandma said, I was there when she was born. I saw that bitch licking your mama pussy on the way out.
come to the realization that we live seasons in our lives. When I was a baby, I was in my spring season. I was all spring-like, and I was full of hopes and dreams. Then when I became a teenager, I was living in my winter. I was cold and dark and gloomy, and I had no hopes and dreams. Then I became an adult, and I lived in my summer. Life was great. I fulfilled my hopes and dreams. But then now I'm a senior citizen, and I'm in my fall. I fell and broke my hip. My face fell. My bladder's fallen. And my hopes and dreams have fallen. So I have none left. But one day I got a letter from my gynecologist. He said, "Congratulations, you've achieved menopause." And I thought, what an achievement. I'm down there looking at it. I'm like, holy fuck. I think Donald Trump just punched me in the pussy. That shit is so ugly. I don't want my gynecologist looking at it. I don't want my doctor looking at it. I'm so embarrassed. My peach has turned into a prune. And all you bitches with your pretty little peaches, you watch out, that shit's gonna fucking look forward. It's not fun getting old, but you have a lot to look forward to. Thank you very much.
Good job. All right, next we got Sam Ellefson. So I have an older brother named Tyler and a younger sister named Brittany. My younger sister was the only girl. She was the baby of the family, and she could fake cry. So I have been spanked for looking at her funny. But I was just looking at her. The funny part came because I had giant buck teeth and my eyes and lips were too big for my face. I got spanked for being ugly. It's tough being the middle. I never stepped on the stage. I didn't realize I never go. It's tough being the middle child, because you have to be extra aware of stranger danger, because your parents can't find you if they don't know you're missing. I got sick of being the middle child, eventually decided I was going to run away from home when I got older, so I put some stuffed animals in a backpack, put on some froggy galoshes, grabbed my driver's license, got out of there. And my dad chased me down, and I was like, no, I want a new dad. I want a new dad. Which is something you should never say to your father. If you want a new dad, that is something that you've got to talk to your mom about. I grew up in a pretty traditional family, never got any kind of sex talk. Closest I came to having a sex talk was I misread a sign for condominiums and asked my mom what a condom was. And then she said it's a sex thing and then yelled at me for being inappropriate. And then for a long time I thought that condominiums were some kind of dirty sex building. I do this thing when I'm driving where when I go to look around the corner, my mouth opens up just a little bit more than usual, like this. That way I can see and taste the danger. Before I knew what sex and sexuality was, all I knew was I had a giant crush on Jamie Lynn Spears. And one time when her face was on the screen during Zoe 101, I walked up to the screen and kissed her face while it was on there. And it would have been the perfect first kiss if my older brother wasn't standing in the doorway. And all he said to me was, better hope she doesn't get pregnant, and then walked out of the room. And a week later, Sam was watching the news, and Jamie Lynn Spears was pregnant. And I was like, you and my brother just pulled the best prank of all time, or I am a father. And I ran downstairs like, Tyler, Jamie Lynn Spears is pregnant. He goes, I know. Congratulations. All right, thanks everybody. I'm Sam Ellefson.
Good job.
tonight, White Horse. Thank you for having me out to Bremerton. I'm a Tacoma guy. I want to talk to you guys about sex tonight. We're going to talk about sex, all right? I lost my virginity to a 1968 Pontiac. The action was in the back seat. I was in the front seat, taking off all my clothes, and from the front seat to the back seat, I lost my virginity to my car, my 1968 Pontiac Tempest. But I wanted to tell you guys, I have been married so long that I have never had protected sex. Just like we didn't have to wear seatbelts back in the day, we didn't have to have protected sex because, well, we didn't know any better, I guess. Also, I have been married to the same woman for so long, I am afraid to have Viagra or Cialis sex because after 4 minutes, what are you going to do anyway? Call 911? It's like, what are you going to call 911? Come save me, I'm having an erection, I don't know what to do with it. So it's just one of those things that once you've been married for so long, I've been married for 37 years. I've been married longer than most of the guys have ever even been alive, right? Is that true? Well, a couple other things go with that. My wife and I found out recently that you women are starting to grow your bushes back. It's like my wife and myself have never not had our bushes. When I had my vasectomy, I had to get shaved down there, but it grew back even bushier. But you know what happens when you rub two bushes together, don't you? So you guys, you start a forest fire. So you better always have a fire extinguisher next to your bed when you're having sex if you guys both have your bushes these days. So that's just a warning to you guys. And one last thing before I get out of here tonight, I wanted to tell you that when you guys are both over 60 and you're still having sex, you have to have foreplay, only it's on a piece of paper. It's almost like a word game. You have a naked man and a naked woman out on a piece of paper, and you have to have circles where your elbows are, where you can touch, and then you have to have X's where you can't touch, because you're hurting or something's going on, your ankle or your hip or something. Don't touch that. Oh my God, over here. So when you guys are having sex, make sure that you have your paperwork out there when you get over 60 so you'll be prepared. Thank you guys, that's my time tonight.
Florida. The reason I moved here was because before I moved here, I wasn't a comedian. I thought this would be a great place to come and identify as one. And we made it. I love the weather here. The weather is so beautiful. It's been such a mild winter. Like it was such a beautiful day today. I took my girlfriend out on Lake Washington. We took my boat out, and it was a little choppy, but as soon as I dropped anchor, she went overboard. I know, and it scared me for a minute because I was like, damn, I hope I tied enough center blocks for her. Relax. I did. So I'm recently single. What's up, ladies? How you doing? I got a boat. I've been single for a while. I don't know. I guess you can't be picky and ugly. That shit don't work. But I am a very faithful man. I will tell you that much. Not so much by choice because of that TV show Cheaters. I remember that shit. I can just see it now. Being on a date with another woman, and then my girl kicks in the door with a camera crew and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "Whoa, baby, baby." And then her mom is like, "I told you she would catch us." True story, I do a lot of crafts material, and my friends tell me all the time I need to do more personal material. So I'm going to tell you a true story, just hang in with me. At the end of 2017, I lost my 2 twin sons in an auto accident. And they say time heals everything. And that's not true, guys. Because I know it's going to be harder this year than it was the first year. Because the difference between this year and last year's tax return check is just going to be fucking crazy, man. I was going to buy rims this year. That is some selfish ass shit, if you ask me. That is some selfish ass shit, man. Hey, nah. Listen, all jokes aside, me and my girlfriend, we've gone through 5 abortions together. And the one thing I've learned from it, I'm very persuasive. But don't judge me, it works. I have 0 children. But I do have 6 children. All right, guys. Last one were twins. The last one were twins, and we'll keep them down. Thank you, Mike Park.
Cold-blooded round, but we do have a tie, and it's about to go down. Tsixx, where you at? Come up here. Mike P, come up here.
You're awesome, man.
All right. You each have 1 minute to battle it out. Can I get the other microphone up here? When you see that light, that's your time, cut it off. You got the second mic. All right. I'm gonna let you 2 dudes get out.
Oh, because I thought we were about to roast, and I was like, I can't roast fucking Nino Brown's brother from QX City. Looking like Arsenio partying too much with fucking Andy Murphy. I'm just fucking with you, dog. Hey, I used to work for a headstone company, and we used to pre-design headstones for like cemeteries and couples who come in. We had this couple come in, they were 90 years old. They had been married for over 60 years, and they got into a huge argument about on which side each was going to be. But the woman won the argument because she was on the right side, and her epitaph said, "He's all I have left." But I told you she won because he was on the left side, and he said, even in death, this bitch gotta be right. Is that 1 minute? What is that? Is that 1 minute? Is it? That's it.
Goddamn, y'all give a hand up, goddamn Gary Coleman and brothers. Let them laugh the goddamn French fries for the goddamn talking about me. But I ain't wasting my minute on that motherfucker. You know the last goddammit. He talking about my weight. I used to be 169 pounds until I got a soda. You know what I mean? That motherfucker just sucked the life out of me. Skinny shit. That's all right, y'all. You know what? Because now I walk around with the morning after pill in my pocket. I ain't lying. I ain't having no more goddamn kids. That bitch be like, ooh, baby, you so good last night. Everything was good, and you making me pretzels. I'm like, bitch, eat up. She like, what is that? Like, frosted flakes, motherfucker. Frosted flakes, goddammit. I ain't lying to you. I'm not lying to home, bitch. That night I looked so goddamn ugly. I was so goddamn scared. I didn't know what happened the night before. I tried to abort myself. I just took all the goddamn pills. My name is Tsixx. I'm out of here, goddammit.
Tsixx and Mike, come back to the stage. Can we get the lights on? Alright, we got a score of 27. So because our scores were so high, and I said we were going to take all three of them, there won't be no battle for 24. I need for you guys to give me the top 3 for the entire night. Is the owner of the club here? Maisha, come to the front also, please. Any of the promoters in the house, please come to the front. We have Digging 360 here. We got Jing Entertainment. And I'm with Catrina promote out of the Toney Caballeros in Tacoma. I don't like group hugs. That's free dry humping. It wasn't my show tonight, so I gotta hold my shit in. I'm at the birthday party. You guys make sure you guys come to Miss MyMy's birthday party. February 23rd. Get your tickets early. Put your dress clothes on, your good church shoes. Okay, I need April, Mike, and Tsixx to come to the front. Diggs, I need you back up here.
Pink and black is the theme for February 23rd. Heartbreak Hotel. Pink and black. Pink and black. This is MyMy Presents.
Is the owner of the club here? She's at the bar. Our third place winner. She did it for the women. Put your hands together for April with a total of 26 points. Now you should be able to take a picture. My lips is all dry. Our second place winner with a total of 27 points, Mike Parker. musty and shit. This has been a phenomenal night. Our first place winner for Wild Horse. First annual comedy competition 2019. Put your hands together for a perfect 30 points and a tiebreaker, Tsixx.
I'm breaking bread, counting money on the Virgin Islands, getting me some head. I ain't tripping off these bitch-made niggas, I let them know. If it's beef, better bring the heat. Ain't no peace, I play for keeps. Tailor-made, I'm getting rich, making beats and chopping bricks. See my nigga feet about to hit this lick. All we need is just one trip. Now we back to the G, rolling B's, 23s up on my feet. Niggas wanna trip, better grab their Glock. Niggas better bring that heat.
I'm a break bread advocate. My flow's like a savage, man. I'm out for the cabbage, man. My heart jumps like a rabbit, man. Man, I got to have it, man. This is like a habit, man. Something like that kryptonite. You could call it Superman. Haters wanna shoot me, man, like they was some cameraman. But I keep the cannon, man. Tack their ass like Taliban. Leaving hoes like garbage bags. Do y'all wanna take that chance? Fucking with potential, man. End up in a garbage can. Sloppy like a sandwich, man. Y'all don't want no problems, man. Fucking with the Bremerton fam. Y'all better understand that y'all ain't no challenge, man. Man, we leave them silent, man. Y'all know the circumstance. Bremerton leave them damaged, man.
It's bread I'm breaking, I'm leaving them mentally stinking, blood staining. Matter of fact, you just feeling the basic. You'll find I'm obsessed with figures. Waist up, can't get no bigger. Check 9 and got them tricks. So if you scared of them niggas.